Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 3, season 7 of Be Bold, Why Not, where we celebrate stories of courage, purpose, and passion. You're watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, stream.lawin.live, and twitch.tv. And of course, we are brought to you by Lawin Media Network. Before I talk about our guests tonight, let's see the mechanics of the game that we always have here on the show.
How to join the game. Watch the live show and join the conversation. Share your thoughts or experiences by commenting during the show. Like, share, and tag at least 3 friends in the comment section to qualify for a chance to win a prize. Participate actively. The more comments you leave, the higher your chances of winning. All participants will be eligible for the prize. The winner will be selected using the Wheel of Names randomizer.
All right, there you go, our dear viewers. You know how to participate and win for tonight's game. So tonight's episode is extra special as we shine the spotlight on the incredible team behind the recently concluded UPAAA Grand Reunion, a celebration of excellence, unity, and the true spirit of being a scholar ng bayan. From months of preparation to the unforgettable nights that brought generations of UP alumni together, we're diving deep into what it took to make this grand event such a success. So let's hear the stories, the challenges, and the moments that made it all worthwhile from no other than the big 3. Let's get them in. We have Dr. Winston Umali, we have Pearl Ontalan, and of course, Miss Christine Azcona. Good evening, big 3 of UPAAA Grand Reunion.
Good evening.
We will include you, MJ Concepcion. Big 4 na ngayon.
Okay, it's an honor to be one of the big. Okay, but good evening po, Dr. Winston, Tita Pearl, and of course, Miss Christine.
Good
How are you all
evening.
doing tonight?
I think we're still here in Houston. We are still on the high of the good event that we had. We are still floating amongst the success because it's still the talk of the town as of now.
Amazing. I know I was part of it. One of the events, I was part of it. I'm so glad that I had the chance. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of it as one of the MCs of the Jubilarian night. It was truly a fun-filled and oh my gosh, I was so honored to see a lot of the Jubilarians, especially the diamonds. What an honor to see them all. Anyway, I know this would have not been a success without the 3 of you, the people behind this big event. Let me ask first, how did the preparation go? Because I know it took months, right? Christine and Tita Pearl, I think Tita Pearl is the chair of the organizing committee, and Christine, being the host of the event, was the co-chair. So tell us about this long preparation for this grand event for UPAAA. Let's start with Tita Pearl.
It was really a labor of love because we started like a year ago in July of 2024, where we gathered a lot of volunteers from each organization, the Houston chapter and the UP So slowly, month by month, we had to, of course, prepare every step of the way, from gathering all our ducks together, because budgeting is a big part of
Mhm.
a grand celebration. When you talk about grand reunion and convention, especially 2 days, planning for 2 days, you really have to take a close look at your budget. How much is going to be allocated for the speakers, for the venue, for the parade, for the banners, etc. So that really had to take a lot of planning, a lot of communication
Mhm.
between Christine, her team, and our team here in New Jersey, because it was a collaboration. So it was, as we say, it takes a village to
Mhm.
create such a grand convention.
Yes, yes. And Christine, I have a question for you because I know being the host is you have to have, of course, inject some type of creativity and flavor. And it's a little bit of a challenge because you have to make the experience really unforgettable for all these different chapters of UPAA, right? So, how did you come up with a very great theme and just surprisingly made it a really success to have it in Houston, Texas?
Well, like Tita Pearl said, it took a village. No man is an island. We did it all together. But I mentioned this in my speech that what spurred along this, what inspired us to even bid for being the host was us winning the award in the 2023 Grand Reunion and Convention. And there was a team of us that accepted this award, and after seeing their event, we were really very inspired, and we
Mhm.
felt like we should do our part as well and then bid to host the event. And while planning the event, our team also wanted to make it feel like the Texan experience, and that's why we had that Western night on Jubilarian night, so that people could experience it not only from trying getting dressed as in a Western attire, but even the meal was planned specifically for them to try the Tex-Mex and the Texan fare, to have a little bit of an experience if they did not have the opportunity to go out. And like Tita Pearl said, it is communication back and forth. We have our challenges, but at the very end, we're very proud of what our event ended up being.
Christine, I might add, kulang na lang siguro that nagdala tayo ng horse, ng rodeo show, right?
Yeah.
That is correct. And the beauty of it all was that everybody bought into it. So
Yeah.
that was why the success was not just because of us organizers, but because our attendees also bought into it, and the spirit just kind of snowballed and everybody got real excited about it. And so that's why it became really exciting, and what we feel was a great experience for our attendees.
Yes, it was indeed a great experience. Now, Doc Winston, my question to you is being the president of UPAAA, right? And you have these two great women or ladies behind you organizing this event. How much involvement did you have to do, or are you're just very confident that they will pull it off together, or did you have to be hands on or still be there?
Well, I need not be hands-on like that, even if my title was high up
Yeah.
there. because these two young ladies, these two ladies are basically,
Yes, yes, yes. I will take
these two
it.
ladies have been for let me describe the relationship. Pearl and I have worked together years ago with Upmasa, and we were a tandem in she in the administrative side, and I was an officer. And
We
so
were inseparable.
yeah. And we never really had a dull moment in dealing with everybody's needs. So because we
Mm.
have to respond to the needs. So when Pearl took the challenge to be the GRC chair, I was so delighted and so relaxed. Ay, salamat. It's Pearl. So
Uh-huh.
on our end. And then of course, why not be happy if Christine is around, because Christine and I have known each other since 1984.
Mhm.
Oh, so
We
you
were
really have
we were
long.
dorm mates
Uh-huh.
in the days. And she knew me very well, that I am a very happy person, always very easy to go with. And so she was then as well. So when we met in the 2023 in the um 2023 GRC, meeting her in the stage, oh, you are my my co-jubilarian. We were holding the banner and we kept talking while parading. Never
Mhm.
realized that we will be teaming up for this event, UPAAA and UPAA Houston. So nothing beats that, and I am so confident, as I always said even in my last speech, so confident that we have delivered what we promised everyone. Through thick and thin, we did not really falter. We were there. I was kind of like being challenged along the way because of the expenses, everything here and there, glitz and speakers had to be having some trouble, but the team is always there to respond. And I am not really the type of boss who always like, nah, not me.
Okay.
I
Okay.
listen to everybody, and I speak with my deep voice. But they
Mhm.
know if I speak in my deep voice, I'm serious. And they
Okay.
would listen. They would try to pick up where I will like. So the teamwork is really amazing. And to this day, I always feel the message that was brought to us, that collaboration is at its best with the group that I'm part of. Mm.
Absolutely. And with great leaders like the three of you, I mean, there could have none that would go wrong. Or even if no matter how many challenges you would have had, it would still pull through and it would still be a success. Because again, teamwork, collaboration, great leadership. I mean, you are excellent people part of this event. So amazing. And I'm so proud that I was part of it too. So, anyway, my question is, how would you differentiate this event from the previous events? What set it apart, or what was unique about this grand reunion compared to the previous ones? Anyone can answer, any of you.
I think the uniqueness of this grand reunion convention is the fact that, we brought in a lot of awardees.
Mm-hmm.
This year we have 15 awardees all over America, not just America, even as far as Lucerne, Switzerland.
Mm.
Wow.
you
Yeah.
know and then we have two alumni groups association,
True.
one from Nevada and the other one from Hawaii. So it
Wisconsin.
was kind of like, oh my goodness, gathering all these groups of
Mhm.
alumni association together in one convention was really, a phenomenal.
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
It's Wisconsin, Wisconsin.
I'm sorry, Wisconsin,
Uh-huh. But
Wisconsin and Nevada.
mm,
You know, so they were there, and for the first time that all these members or all these scholars ng bayan were able to connect with each other. What
Mhm.
happened was there was really like that connection. You know,
Mhm.
we always had Zoom meetings, you know. We had
Mm-hmm.
all these in conversation Zoom meetings,
Mm-hmm.
MJ, with each of the awardees. And we would see them on the Zoom like this, but
Mm-hmm.
seeing them in person,
Yes.
you know, and getting to know them, you know, a lot of them were from the Ilocano region, from the Visayan region, and you yourself, MJ, you met a lot of the Ilocanos there.
Yes.
You know,
That's right. Opo.
very proud group.
Yes, indeed.
Well,
Indeed, you
and,
that alone, yeah. That alone that you have said, po, it's like that really was the difference compared to the previous grand reunions. But anyway, well, we are on our first break.
Oh,
But when we come back, it's just it's just going by so fast. When we come back, I think we're gonna start talking about the different activities that actually happened for those 2.5 days, right? 2.5 days of events. So when we come back, we will talk more about the different activities that went through during those two events or 2 day events of the Grand UPAA Grand Reunion. So see you after a short break.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
All right, we're back. And before we continue our conversation with our special guest, let's read some of the comments from our viewers. So we have Daisel Miralciaton. Good evening, Mom MJ, watching from Pangasinan. Thank you so much. And we have Recto Julius. Good evening, Mom MJ, watching from Pangasinan. And we have Julia Reyes. Hi, Mom MJ and everyone. God bless to all. God bless you too. We have C. Jubel. Good morning, Paul. Good morning to you as well. And we have also Vivian from Vivian Balagtas. The Fantastic Four is back together. Love having you together again after a very successful UPAAA Grand Reunion 2025. Bravo. Yes, Vivian. And wow, you looked stunning that night. And then Alvin Reyes, hello everyone. Good day, everyone from Pangasinan. And we have Christine C. Good morning, po. Good morning to you as well. New follower from Dagupan. Wow, thank you, Christine. We also have Michael Atian sa Canlas. Good evening po, Ma'am MJ, watching from Magalang, Pampanga. Wow, thank you so much. We have Jem Marquez. Good evening, Texas. Hello to all our guests. Good day, watching from Pangasinan. We have Jan Pearl C. Kayabyab watching from Tagupan City. Thank you. We have Lisa Riquelman Ungria. Good evening, Texas. Hello, everyone watching from Tagupan City. And there you go. Thank you to all our viewers. So, Doc, talk
yes.
about the events that happened during the Friday. I heard we had really great speakers. Can you share us about our speakers during that Friday event?
Sure. So the Friday event, the first day of the reunion convention started with the after our opening remarks. Christine, Pearl, and I welcome everybody to the convention. Our first speaker was none other than the Vice President of the UP System and Public Administration, Attorney Mariam uh, Mariam
Yeah.
Coquia Regidor. I always say about to be say Mariam Regidor. She was the representative of the UP President Gigil
Mhm.
Jimenez to deliver the presidential message. And at the same time, it was interesting that our keynote speaker had some little medical trouble with her voice. So
Oh,
I took the liberty of walking to Walgreens and buying her nice cough drops and soothed her throat. So
okay.
towards the end of the second day, she was talking like, "Oh, so that's how you madaldal ka pala." So, but definitely, I was so delighted to be able to assist her to deliver her speech. If not for that, because she tried to deliver the speech by using AI, right?
Right,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
right.
she had the AI interesting presentation. Everybody was like, "How is she gonna do it?" Well, she's
Mhm.
got the AI to talk about that, but it was her voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was funny that she said, "I can do some hand good gestures." And then after that, we had two featured speakers who were scheduled. There were actually four, two on the first day and two on the on the first day. We had Josephine Santiago Bond, who is a
Mhm.
systems engineer. So she is of course a UP graduate, being a female engineering graduate, to intern to take internship in the United States and eventually be working in a big company. She had to tell us a story of how she mastered the challenge, having to fail one subject, right? But still
Mhm.
had to finish and graduate in engineering. And finally, when she stepped into graduate school, she aced everything until she got her land in her job. So
Mhm.
basically, that was the big inspiration that no matter what challenges you had in your undergrad, if you really forget yourself, focus towards the end. And now she's a big boss. After
Mhm.
that, of course, Professor Arnold Guloy gave us some rehash on basic chemistry. Interesting that this is the
Yeah.
solid state chemistry. Okay, I've only taken organic chemistry, biochemistry, general chemistry, but this is solid state chemistry. So everybody like, oh, okay. But the hour went by so fast simply because his story also evolved, and how he kind of like pushed the the aspirants,
Yes.
young scientists, researchers from the Philippines to venture, advanced studies abroad. And
Mhm.
he gave us an example of how China did in sending young scientists to the United States in order to learn and be good and then come back. So he tried to have that model to be done on our graduates, so that we can also um, make it better for this young scientists to make a mark in the field
Yes.
of chemistry. So
Wow.
those two lectures went by in the afternoon, nicely delivered by these fabulous speakers. Everybody had a great time, and of course, I for one, I don't really like attend so many conventions that have to sit the entire time. But this
Mhm.
time I really listened, and
Mhm.
because UPAA conventions is different. I mean, I
Mhm.
am a medical person. If you talk about CME, continuing medical education, it's always like I have to, but
That's
stuff, of course, right? No, but this one
yeah.
are interesting topics. So
That's
that's
good.
what you look forward in a UPAA convention. The topics are diverse.
Very
Yeah.
diverse
That's
and very challenging at the same
Uh-uh.
time. Mhm.
yeah, Christine, what was your biggest takeaway during those speeches on Friday afternoon?
She's muted.
My takeaway from those afternoon speeches was that they were all really very inspiring in their own field, and it kind of made us proud that all these wonderful, successful speakers have laid and walked through the same hallways that we all walk through
Mhm.
as UP
Mhm.
alumni, and seeing
Mhm.
them be successful in their respective fields is just really so heartwarming and very inspirational. And you could tell from the responses of the audiences that everybody came out with such pride that, oh, isko ako or isko din, iska din ako. Ako, and they walked the same halls we did. We walked the same shoes they did at some point in our lives. So that was
Mhm.
a great takeaway, aside from, of course, the interesting topics that they talked about.
That's right. And failure is not really a failure. Like
Ah,
failing, yeah. I mean, it's just another hurdle you have to go through, and actually would make you or challenge you to even do better in life when we fail, because that's only way for us to grow is to experience some setback. Because otherwise, if everything is going well, we don't feel like we need to learn, we don't feel like we need to grow, right? Because everything is just going well. So I think that's really a great story to share, and that is really something that we have to continue to just impart, especially on the younger generations nowadays, that they can't take no for an answer. They're always like instant gratification, and that just failure is a failure, but it's not. It's all there's always something to learn from those setbacks. Anyhow, let's talk about the Jubilaria night. Oh my god, it's so exciting. So exciting night. I am so glad to be really one of the MCs during that night. And Tita Pearl, I loved your opening or your welcome, like what do you call it? Like
Welcome speech. Yeah,
welcome speech with the twist. With a
yeah,
welcome speech with a twist.
yes.
Yeah, how did you come up with that idea, Tita Pearl?
No, it was a collaboration between one of our ISAG scholars, and
Mm-hmm.
that was the beauty of it. Duno Dantes, his real name is Juan Salvador Dantes. He is
Mm-hmm.
right now a PhD candidate for chemical biology at the University of California, Irvine campus.
Uh-huh.
You know, and he is the direct scholar product of UP Triple A,
Mm-hmm.
AAA, ISAG scholar.
Mm-hmm.
So he and Dr. Arnold Guloy
mm.
connected physically, not just, through Zoom, but mentally, emotionally, and physically, because they are of the same background. And it was really my vision was to create some kind of ambiance that would
Uh-huh.
you really um, portray the feeling of the moment, happy,
Mm-hmm.
so I brought in the video of Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
Happy, clap along.
I'm so happy.
Yes, because we were so happy. I mean, the
Yes.
whole group, the convention was now in its um reality, so
Yes.
and Duno was so happy to be there, and this was his first grand reunion convention of the alumni as a 26-year-old
Wow.
candidate, the youngest, you know,
Mhm.
attendee to our grand reunion and convention.
That's amazing. You really set the tone, Tita Pearl. You set the tone for the night. So everybody was so happy. Oh my goodness, I love the dance that the group, the Flamingo ladies prepared and all that. So
The-
yeah. Yo, yes, Dr. Wilson, what were you gonna say?
I mean, I was able to witness them during the launching last year, December of 2024, when I went to Houston to meet the UPAA Houston team, the entire gala. That was I was part of their apathy mob
Okay.
dance.
Mhm.
Right, it's Christine's idea.
Yes, Winston was part of our flash mob.
And they were surprised that the speaker, the guest speaker, is part of the plan.
So Christine, that was your idea to have the flamingo ladies. Did the dance also was your idea? Was the dance your idea too?
Well, the UP Flamingos traditionally perform at all UP galas. And
Okay.
so, why make this any different? And our last choreography was a Western themed song. And
Uh-huh.
so it just kind of fell perfectly into the theme of the evening. So we didn't really have to have new choreography or anything, and we just kind of had to practice a little bit and dust off some of the dust and the rust from our bodies and joints to get moving. But all in all, it was just to encourage everybody and to just tag along with Tita Pearl's happy song and just kind of keep everybody's spirits up.
It was really a happy night. Anyway, we're on our second break. And when we come back, we will talk a little bit more about the Jubilarian night, especially the Jubilarians. I want to talk especially about our diamonds. It was really amazing. And the awardees for the night who won the special outfit and all that. So we'll talk about those things when we come back here at Be Bold, Why Not?
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
All right, welcome back. And before we continue our conversation, let's read more comments from our viewers. We have Shena C. Good morning po from Urdaneta, Pangasinan. And then we have Francisco Jasmine Ungria. Good evening, Texas. Hello, Ma'am MJ, and to all our special guests watching from San Fabian, Pangasinan. Wow. We have Jerwin Ungria. Hello, everyone. Good evening, Texas. Watching from Binalonan, Pangasinan. And we have Ara Riquilman Ungria. Good evening, Texas. Hello, Ma'am MJ. And to all our special guests, have a blessed day watching from Pusurubio. God bless your show. Thank you very much. We have Jenthan Abarabar. Good morning po, watching from Pangasinan. We have Edelrose Arce Gamboa. Good morning po. Good morning to you as well. We have Julia Reyes, and she's tagging her friends. Thank you, Julia. Yes, let's talk about, especially, I think I remember you said, Tita Pearl, the very first graduate of physical therapy, right? Can you talk about her more, Tita
Yes,
Pearl? Yeah.
sure. She's actually my husband's aunt. Her
Mhm.
name is Herminia De Vera, and
Mhm.
she is turning 95 years old this November. And she became one of the first 14 graduates in 1965 when it was the beginning of the School of Physical Therapy. It
Mhm.
wasn't still the college, it was
Mhm.
called School of Physical Therapy. And she was the scholar of Elks. She worked for Elks.
Mhm.
What do you call that? Cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy
Uh-huh.
clinic.
Yes. And so she was sent to the University of the Philippines in Diliman. And
Mhm.
up to now, ever since she graduated, she got the college ring. So can you imagine, for more than 60 years, she wears that college ring like it's her most treasured
Yeah. Wow.
part of her jewelry.
Mhm.
So she really is so grateful that she had the opportunity to be the first graduate of physical therapy in 1965.
And it was such an inspiration to really see her and amongst the other Diamond Jubilarians, right? They're on their 90s and they were there. And oh my goodness, it's like, wow, they are our goal in life. And they
I
all
want to
seem,
mention Lusa
yes.
P. Micabalo. She
Uh-huh.
is one of the past presidents of UP AAA. She graduated 1958.
Wow. Di po ba? Kaya parang it was so amazing to see them all. Like they're still looking healthy and fit and they were dancing and oh my goodness. Anyway, what about Christine? Let me ask you, how did you all pick or choose the awardees for the night, because we had, of course, the oldest jubilarian that of course comes with age, but what about the best dressed couple during the night?
Right. Well,
Yeah,
it really was an idea that was brought about. It wasn't announced because we wanted it to be a surprise.
yeah.
And so people, like I said, people just really bought into the theme and just went all
Mhm.
out into that. And really that night we wanted to remain impartial. So we actually left the judging to our MD, PhD students. So where
Mhm.
people that are not part of any board, that they didn't know anybody. And so we just thought it was a fun thing to recognize people who actually made, everybody did, of course, but made that extra effort to go with the theme of the evening. So I thought it was really great.
And Doc, how did you feel that night? Oh my goodness. What was the highlight of the night for you? For
For
you,
me,
because
the
I know you were
highlight.
so relaxed, just in there, just chilling, and yeah.
Well, besides the fact that everybody's already given tasks for the night, I was just like a default and a backup whenever something glitch happen in the side where people will not be able to be out of from the center. So that was part of the idea that I would just have be helping on the side. But nevertheless, after the entire program was done, my assignment was really to dance and dance and dance and dance. And I did my part. I went up to the stage and lead them in some of the line dances there, which I always do.
Wow. I know. I went, but I had to leave a little bit early that night because I had to work the following day. But I did some dancing too. It was really fun.
Mhm.
Anyway, now that's all about the Jubilarian night. I know there's so much more to talk about it, but we gotta talk about the other parts of the 2.5 day event. Now let's go to the Saturday events, like the speakers. I know there were speaker sessions and all that. Can you all share, any of you can share the speech or the lessons or the learn that people were there for during that day? What were the seminar about, or what were the speaker sessions were about?
Um, let me take that one. So the first in the morning, we had to go on a business meeting. It was started by President Robert Aranton. Robert Aranton is the
Mhm.
UP Alumni Relations President and Alumni Regent. So he has to deliver the basically the efforts of the alumni relations office of the alumni relations towards the alumni.
Mhm.
So all their projects and also part of it is reflection of what the UP president was hoping for the alumni to accomplish in that term.
Mhm.
And after his speech, there were question and answer that interestingly, to the delight of the alumni president, we had at least 8 chapters that had
Mhm.
attended the convention, starting from UPMASA. Past President Henry Echeverry was there and relayed questions about how to facilitate the disbursement of scholarships to other CUs. Also, and same question from Dr. Joyce Cello, our scholarship committee chair. And so it was a lively discussion, and of course, finding solutions how to smoothen things out in for that aspect. And then I followed with the General Assembly, the supposed General Assembly of the UPAAA. I, as the presiding officer, was assisted by Dr. Joy Cello for scholarship, and of course, our finance officer and finance committee chair, Fez Seligman, that delivered a very inspiring positive returns of our permanent endowment fund, and of course, the
Wow.
scholarship, which had grown from 0 to 41 over
Mhm.
2 terms. So
Mhm.
everybody's happy at the progress and the momentum. Our
Mhm.
GRC has better than ever. The attendance was met, right? The attendance was met and surpassed last year's GRC, despite the fact that last year's keynote speaker and our Lenny Robredo and Gigi Jimenez this year toppled it down with the full force of UPAA Houston's team
Wow.
band flooded
Yes.
the dance floor, and the tables were like piling up. So
Mm-hmm.
we reached and crossed the past the number of last year's number of guests. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody was totally delighted with the with the reports that we heard. And then after lunch, we had a nice musical segment with Professor Michael Dadap,
Mm-hmm.
who serenaded us basically and explained the different arts of serenading. Pearl moderated that one. It was a very enlightening presentation. But towards the end, I must say, saving the best for last was really sweet because Christine, sister, right? Christine's sister delivered very inspiring words of wisdom. I really took a lot from the last. I remembered what she said. Grow through what you go through.
Oh, wow.
And I
That's
took
very
that part
profound.
by heart that said, "Well,
Yes.
this is truly something that I will remember from you." And I shook her hand.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, say something more. I'm really inspired the second thing. Christine, Pearl, go ahead.
That's
I
very
think
true.
with I just wanted to add with Maestro Michael Dadap. He is a classical guitarist,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
composer, and conductor of the Children's Orchestra Society. So
Mm-hmm.
he's from the Visayas. He's from
Mm-hmm.
Leyte, and there
Mm-hmm.
is he titled his segment Duyog. Duyog is a Visayan word that really means empathy or
Mm-hmm.
accompaniment, you know, because as an accompanist, you know, you play the guitar, so you are empathizing with the person who is serenading or who
Mm-hmm.
is, you know, trying to woo
Mm-hmm.
the the woman of his dreams, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we had also a surprise number there that one of our CBL committee chairman, Judge Tomas Rodriguez, serenaded his wife. You know,
Wow.
yeah. So that was the poignant romantic section
Mm-hmm.
of that event, and
Mm-hmm.
then with
Mary
Mary
Rose.
Rose Martinez, what really kind of like impressed in my mind was that she said she is like, in her words, a recovering workaholic or something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because in her mind before she was always like work, 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 but now she has what I call this discovered that you really have to have balance in your
Oh,
life.
yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely po.
You know,
Otherwise, we're not, I don't know, but we're gonna burn out and it's not good. It's not good. We gotta enjoy life at the same time. Yes, yes. Anyway, let's start talking about the awards nights. Yes, the highlight of this 2 day event, right? So
yeah.
I wasn't there. I missed it, but I
Mhm.
bet you can just let me know or tell our viewers, share to our viewers how it went. Christine, what was the most like for you during the awards night? What was the highlight of the event?
Actually, every awardee brought something very special to the table. And,
Mm-hmm.
they really exemplified why they were chosen in the first place. And
Mm-hmm.
I bet the awards committee had a hard time picking all of these with all the judges because they were just absolutely well deserving candidates and winners of the awardees. And again, very inspiring. So you could feel it in the audience as they were being called up, and they were talked about. The audience was very inspired and just like, wow, this is wonderful. And they feel the recognition, the wins of these awardees also felt like their wins because they feel
Mm-hmm.
that UP AAA has taken that extra step to recognize the alumni, and that inspires them to do better, that perhaps it could be a goal that they can aspire to.
Mm-hmm.
um, but also for me personally, what was also special was the special citation that was awarded to our UPAA Houston former
Mm-hmm.
president Wally Arias. He was a three-term president, and he has done so much for the Houston Phil community, and on top of that, promoting UP Houston and UP AAA. He has
Yes.
been an
Mm-hmm.
advocate for both organizations. So President Winston giving him that special award, all of us in UP Houston felt that we won again this year. So thank you
Mm-hmm.
so very much.
On a personal note, Wally Arias was one of my first, I guess, mentor when I stepped in at UPAA. I was assigned to Ways and Means Committee, and I did say to Wally, I don't know anything on Ways and Means. I've always been a membership, but not Ways and Means. I don't know how to count money. And oh no, you just have to find money and how to produce that. And so because he was co-chair of me for the Ways and Means. And then later on, he said, Vince, you can do it by yourself because I have to step down for something. So confident enough to leave me behind, I said, but how can I? You could do it. And that
Yes.
belief really pushed me harder. And that was the birth of the East Olympics back during the pandemic. Met so many people. I mean, Pearl can attest to this that I'm never really part of finance in UMASA. But when I started in UPA, I started racking back and forth all those projects. And it was Wally who's on it. So when I met him in December of last year, when I met him, he spent time with me and
Mm-hmm.
wished me so well that this GRC will be successful because you kept your word, you stayed around. And I said, such an inspiring word for a seasoned individual who has really proven to be a leader of not just one but many organizations. So handing the award to him was to really, I believe that he really deserves that. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's what we are here for one another, right? Lift each other up.
Mhm.
Anyhow, let's go on our last break. And when we come back, I think Tita Pearl would like to talk more about the awardees. And then we will talk about your next project. So let's go on our last break and we'll be back.
For divorce and family law in Texas, Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC will guide you every step of the way.
From initial consultation to detailed review of your case and strategic planning.
We'll sit with you during negotiations or mediations, and represent you in court.
Whether it is a family law, estate planning, or immigration, we will be there to guide through the final steps.
So, leave your legal matters behind you and embrace your future.
You can contact Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC at 346-5454-346 or visit DizonLawFirm.com.
All right, we're back. And Tita Pearl, would you like to... Oh, wait, we have some comments. Yeah, come on, let's read some more comments. Bambi Reyes, new followers from Paritpit, Pangasinan. Wow, thank you so much. And then we have C. Jubel. Thank you sa nakaka-inspired po na messages. And then we have... Okay, there you go. Tita Pearl, would you like to talk more about the awardees during the awards nights?
Yeah. MJ, before I do that, I just want to acknowledge your viewers from Pangasinan, from Dagupan, from Poserubio, and San Fabian. Maybe they would know a lot of my relatives because my mother is from Dagupan,
Wow.
Pangasinan,
Okay.
and Pangasinan is well known for their famous bangus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So to all the people viewing us from Pangasinan, naimbag nga rabi. I know most of them talk in Ilocano, but I'm not so fluent in Pangasinan, but I could understand,
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
thank you to all the viewers there from all the way from Pangasinan.
Yes.
Anyway, yes, our awardees this year, because they really come from a diverse field. You have people from engineering, you have people from the medical community, and from the this year I was also kind of in awe of scholars who made it in the world of cosmetics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I mean, hearing from Demi Koch, who was our awardee for entrepreneurship, and she started her business,
Mm-hmm.
from scratch,
Yeah.
going to this big time kind of um, cosmetics company, based now in Paris and Switzerland. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I said, a Filipina making
Wow.
it to the
Global. Yeah.
very competitive world of
Mm-hmm.
cosmetics, and then not only that, we have also a young aspiring pianist by the
Mm-hmm.
name of Clyde Ledamo. And by the way, I'm gonna pitch in already for the Philharmonic's concert coming in on this.
Okay.
I hope Clyde Ledamo will also come and entertain us with his musical versatility. I think he will be the next Van Cliburn from the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines, you know.
Oh, what? Wow, that's amazing kasi 'di ba nga I mean, there's nothing impossible. And then whatever you aspire to do, like that you said, po, somebody who made it in the cosmetic world and a Filipino in became international. So as long as you don't give up on your dreams, as long as you don't give up on your goals, I think you're gonna go or achieve whatever you put your mind and set your mind into to do or achieve. So anyhow, let's talk about the Philharmonic and let's show them videos. I think there are videos of Philharmonic. But before, as Krisha will share the videos, there you go. So how about the Philharmonic? What's this event coming up?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what is the Philharmonic
Oh,
concert?
so
Yeah.
the Philharmonic's concert, so the Philharmonic Choir of Jersey City, we were formed back in 1995. I became a member of this group in 1999. Been their president for 2 decades already.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow, it's a all Filipino group. We used to be church based, Our Lady of Mercy Parish here in Jersey City, and has been conducted by Ronald Celudo. The choir was formed by a very charming and inspiring nun by the name of the late sister Patricia Cashman.
Mm-hmm.
um, she formed this Filipino group amidst having so many other groups, right? But the Philharmonic Choir became a family. We grew from each other's experiences in music and the love of singing in church. And through the years, we have rendered charity event participations in fundraising events. Most recently, the Tatlong Koro for the UP AAA back in 2019. And actually, all the way from 2014 when we used to support Handang Tumulong Foundation. And then 2019 in Tatlong Koro, is, along with Kayumanggi Coral and the Bayanihan Singers. So since we are formed in 1995, we are celebrating our 30th year this coming December. And we are
Wow,
going
30
back.
years.
We're literally coming home. We are having the concert at Our Lady of Mercy Parish. So our
Mm-hmm.
parishioners alone are excited to listen back to this group who has been servicing the parish for almost. I mean, we disbanded in 2008 because we were split up for other parishes to help other parishes, but we never left ourselves away too long, and then we reformed ourselves and we called it our Philharmonics with an X on the end because we
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that. Like somebody commented, like a phoenix, of
Okay.
the phoenix. But when we came back, I mean, and then the home base is my place here. We
Mm-hmm.
practice every Thursday, and then suddenly, like, oh, we have to celebrate. It's been 30 years. And it is interesting that now our pianist is one of the daughters of the members, because it used to be Sister Pat. So
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna be an exciting concert because it's also a reunion of the other members from before who is gonna join us in the concert towards the end, and of course the parishioners who have always been supportive of us. So I enjoined the choir to support the many projects of UP AAA, and they did not hesitate. And without a doubt, they are giving everything pro bono for the benefit of the UP AAA. So it is an exciting concert, and I will really extend the warm invitation to everyone, whether you could support us through watching or just supporting us through the souvenir journals that we could be showing our love for UP through music and of course through service. That is
That's yeah, and December is like the holiday
13,
season, right? So
30.
holiday season. So
Yes. So
yeah.
we're gonna be singing liturgical songs, contemporary pop, and then of course we will end it with Advent and Christmas songs. A
Wow,
nice
that's
combo.
exciting.
21 songs. You're definitely gonna
Okay.
enjoy it.
Okay, wow, that's amazing. But Krisha, can we just show some of the highlights, the pictures during the GRC? There you
Yeah.
go. These are the awardees, and these are our diamond. Oh my goodness, jubilarians. How cool is that?
Mhm.
Yeah. So what about ano po? What kind of feedbacks did y'all get from our attendees? Were there any feedbacks from them regarding the event,
Well,
Christine?
look, I will start by locally, for the from the attendees, they're already looking forward to 2027 and are wanting to invite more of their families and their friends, and those who were not jubilarians, they started looking at their dates of graduation. I'm going to be a jubilarian on 2027. I will make sure and bring my group, my tribe. So the event was very inspiring for the attendees to come back and bring
Mm-hmm.
more of their family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
Locally here in Houston, a lot, it also spread through all the film organizations here in Houston, and so they were just so amazed, and I received a lot of congratulatory remarks, calls, messages from everybody that we had such a great event. And for those who missed it, they said they really regretted not coming to the event
Mm-hmm.
because they heard so many good things about it. So we're very
Sure.
grateful for everybody who supported us. And I personally am grateful to Tita Pearl and Winston because, we worked together through blood, sweat, and tears and made this a great event. So thank you
Yeah,
to
I
you both.
bet you set the standards high for the next event. So, do we already have like the planning team and the venue and all that?
Well, actually, to just to give you a hush of how we go through the process, just like before, right after the GRC, there was some discussion eventually, because we had to really entertain bidding hosts,
Mm-hmm.
okay, groups. It so happened that prior to this GRC, it was just us in New Jersey. So when the time came that we had to pick a co-host, I mean a co-host for the GRC, it was uh Texas was already like raising their hands right after getting their their trophy. We will be next. We will be next. Very very eager. And of course there
Mm-hmm.
are other chapters that are also interested. So until such time that the new board steps in, of course we're gonna be looking into the possibilities because as UPAA is really a broad based organization, we have to entertain everybody else. But of course, there are some favorites. Of course, you can have favorites, and some are really gonna fight tooth and nail to be the one. But of course,
Mm-hmm.
we appreciate the idea that everybody is interested. Hmm.
Yeah, that's good because it's what they're otherwise they're gonna be voluntold, right?
There wasn't any voluntold.
Okay. Yeah, but it's good that everybody wants to step in. And you probably have set, again, as I said, Christine, you have set the bar high. So it will
Yes.
be a little bit of a challenge. Now, what are the takeaways from this event? I know it's all a success, right? But of course, there are some things, maybe some challenges, minor, maybe minor issues or things like that. But what would you advise to the next committee for it to even be better and bigger and more successful? Of course, there's no competition, but we want things to continue to be as successful as what you had this grand reunion. So what advice would you give to the next team for them to at least make it another if not better, but even a more successful event for next year?
You want to start it, Pearl?
Sure. For every planning and organizing, needs really kind of passion.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have that passion in you to to really see it through from beginning to the end. And first and foremost is always the budget.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like any big party, MJ, you just had your daughter's debut just like a few months ago. You always have to sit down. Where is the venue? What
Mm-hmm.
type of theme? What type of party catering you want? Because, you know, catering is always part of the party. And the feedback that we got from almost all of our attendees, they really were so satisfied with the food that
Mm-hmm.
was catered. I will plug in Westin Galleria Hotel. They really extended superior customer service,
Mm-hmm.
and that is crucial for every kind of grand convention. You want your money's worth for all
Yes.
those who will attend, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that is number one, and that is the biggest challenge. But I am so glad, that a lot of our scholars, our uh, awardees, they really also paid it forward. And
Mm-hmm.
I really am so grateful for Mega World, of course, who was our diamond sponsor, and then Fe Pudsalan, who is also a CEO of a healthcare facility in San Jose, California, one of our platinum
Mm-hmm.
sponsors, and attorney Pel Tabangay, who is also from Houston, and then Dr. Francis C. from Nevada, who is our gold sponsor. And then we have 16 different bronze sponsors who really saw to it that they pay it forward for these scholars, because that's the vision. The
Mm-hmm.
vision is always, why do we have a grand reunion and convention? Because we have that noble vision. Right now there are a lot of UP students who need financial assistance.
Mm-hmm.
And I, MJ, came from that background,
Mm-hmm.
because you said so yourself that we really had, to struggle in order for us to achieve our goal in life. And
Mm-hmm.
so part of that is really getting a lot of passionate volunteers. I
Yeah.
really would like to also plug in my good friend here, Vivian Balagtas. I know she's here listening, and Vivian really burned the midnight oil together with Ave Basa. You know, so a lot. that is where you get your fuel to persist, even though there were a lot of challenges. But most of all, to God be the glory.
Amen. Yeah.
Amen. Because it was prayers that brought us through every single day of the planning session. There was never a doubt in my mind that the Lord would empower all of us to do our best with humility, kindness, and compassion.
There you go. Very well said, Tita Pearl. What about you, Christine? What
Well,
would, yeah,
yes.
go ahead.
Well, to add to what Tita Pearl said, I mean, one of the biggest things because of this, it's such a Herculean event, right? There are so many moving pieces, so many moving parts. So what was very important was number one, communication, making
Mm-hmm.
sure we communicated. Sometimes we bumped heads a little bit, sometimes we had a little bit of disagreement, but it all boils down to what Tita Pearl said. We both wanted the same thing
Mm-hmm.
for the results of this event. So we go past that. So we are able to show respect. I think that is very important. Respect for our differences and respect also that we all want the same thing. Um, Also making sure that every part of we're like a little machine, you in the car, we don't make sure you have good batteries. You want to make sure your tires are working. You want to make sure you have gas and oil. So all of these are the different committees that we
Mm-hmm.
have formed between AAA and Houston, and all of us have to work together so that the car will go. So sometimes, we had to put a little bit extra gas or a little bit extra air on the tires for different committees. And the nice part about this, which I feel helped make this a success, is that everybody was willing to pitch in. So it wasn't like, oh, I am in the finance committee, this is all I'm going to do. Everybody pitches in. Oh, well, maybe I can help you with the souvenir journal, or maybe I can help you with registration. So we try to keep this going together. Winston was our mechanic, and we were all parts of this car. Because sometimes when we would have a little bit of a disagreement or discussion, he was very, very fair to make us see both sides. And that way we agree and move forward. And that's kind of how it is in any big event, is that we just need to make sure that we are doing this for the right reasons. We are participating because we are passionate about what we're doing, and we believe in each other. Like, I believed in UP AAA, and I believe they did the same for us. And so it is the people, like Tita Pearl said as well, faith really helped us pull through.
Wow.
So I'm
What
very
about,
grateful.
yeah, congratulations. And Dr. Winston, what about you? What can you tell the next committee so they will have a successful event for next year?
MJ, um, 2 days after the GRC, I wrote a very heartful thank you, because I never really get a chance to thank everyone. I was so elated that night. I couldn't believe how people received us in
Mm-hmm.
Houston, whether I know them or they shook my hand so many times. Some people take pictures, but I couldn't remember their names. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, I always feel like, wow, everybody really worked, and I never got a chance to thank them. I want to read to you some of the passages, lines that I wrote for everybody. I
Sure,
know
sure.
my board read this. I don't know if everybody did, but live, I would like to read it. Just an excerpt. So I
Mm-hmm.
said here, I am honored to have journeyed with such an exceptional team. People who gave not just their skills, but their hearts. You have strengthened our organization and inspired others to continue the legacy of service and unity that
Mm-hmm.
defines UPAAA. As we move forward, may we carry with us the spirit that shared experience, the joy of collaboration, the humility of learning, and the courage to keep serving. Together, we have proven that when scholars unite for a cause, greater than ourselves. There is nothing we cannot achieve. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for believing, thank you for giving, and for making the GRC a resounding celebration of the UPAAA spirit.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Again to the big three of UPAAA. Congratulations for a very successful event. And thank you, thank you, thank you so much for continuing to make an impact to the lives of so many scholars, especially our like kababayans in the Philippines. Maraming salamat po to your leadership, to the excellent mission that you continue to do for our community. And let's find out, we're over time, but it's okay. I know it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. So let's see who our winner for the game tonight. All right, Julia Reyes, congratulations. Congratulations. And thank you again, Dr. Winston,
You're
Tita
welcome.
Pearl, and Christine. Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for joining us tonight. And congratulations for a great and successful event. Please, please continue to do what you do. For I know that you're just going to make a big difference in the lives of so many people, of our kababayans. So thank you for your service. And to all
Thank
our
you.
viewers, thank you so much for joining us again tonight. Join us again for Monday, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. next Monday for another inspiring conversation with another special guest. So thank you. Thank you for watching Be Bold, Why Not? This is your
Thank
host, MJ
MJ.
Concepcion.
Thank you, MJ. Thank you,
Thank you,
Lawin.
MJ.
Thank you,
Christine,
Eileen,
Pearl.
Season, and thank you to my two leaders here, Winston and Christine.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good
Good night.
night.
Good night,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you all so much. God bless.